Welcome. We are live. It's going to be our first live of 2023. So I let a few people get on. Um, just let me know. You know the drill, guys. Let me know where you watch it from. So where you watching from? We got an amazing episode today. Matter of fact, let me get out some notes. If you have any questions or anything that you want to ask, don't hesitate to drop your questions down. Today, we're going to be talking about the power of the virtual assistants and what I use virtual assistants for. How to get consistent deals using your virtual assistants. Just give me 1 second. Okay, so before we get started, let's go over a few announcements. I just want you guys to understand what's going on. So we have a free training Thursday. This Thursday, the team going to release the link to that training. We're going to teach you everything you need to know how to get to 3 to 5 deals. So if you're interested, once you get the link in the email, just sign up for the free training. And like I said, it's this Thursday coming up. I don't know the exact time yet, but just know that all that's going to be included with the email. Also, if you are part of our VA Mastery program, which means not just you buying just the VA by itself, but the actual VA Mastery course, we'll be starting back up the VA Mastery calls. We're going to start off bi-weekly, so 2 calls a month. And if necessary, we'll kick it to 4 calls a month, 1 call a week. But I think bi-weekly would be dope. What's the point of the calls? To come in and get insight on how to scale your business with VAs, how to take your business to the next level, virtual assistants, some tips and tricks, Q&A stuff. So if you're struggling with the VAs or certain things you're struggling with, you can come in and ask the questions inside of that call. That call is very powerful. We kind of put it on pause for a few months, but now it's starting back up. Also, the VA Mastery Premium. If you have a VA and you just don't have time to train and work with your VA and develop your VA to continue to push your VAs to the next level, I definitely recommend you sign up for the VA Mastery Premium. Why? It's $97 a month. It's going up to $297 January 31st, the actual correct price. So take advantage of that. You'll be locked in at that $97 rate. You'll be grandfathered in. As long as you continue your subscription, we will honor the $97 rate. We won't change it to the $297. But if you wait till February 1st, it will be $297. Other than that, I hope you guys had an amazing 4th of July. I mean, not 4th of July. I don't know why you said 4th of July. New Year's, because I'm thinking about fireworks. Hope you guys have an amazing New Year's and that you brought it in with your loved ones and everything went according to plan and everyone is healthy and safe. But like I said, today we're going to be talking about what we do with virtual assistants and how we're able to get to 3 to 5 deals a month. If you have any questions, drop your questions in the chat, and I will be more than happy to get back to them questions with you as soon as possible. So here's some basic mathematics. You need to pull at least 10,000. What we do is we pull at least 10,000 records a month in order to generate 3 to 5 quality hot leads a day. So how would you generate 3 to 5 hot leads a day? You would generate 3 to 5 hot leads a day with a versatile of lead generation aspects. So cold calling is one of them, and text message marketing is another. You can do ringless voicemails as one. You can literally do door knocking if it came down to that. But if you're virtual like us, I definitely say the main 2 components will be probably cold calling and SMS marketing, as well as ringless voicemail. It's a pretty dope one. Propstream gives you 10,000 records a month with your Propstream subscription. You just got to pay for skip tracing. So, look around the different sources to see what makes sense for you and your budget. But I definitely would budget 10,000 new records a month to go into. And like I said, majority of these 10,000 records can be pulled from like a Propstream, or it can pull from public data, public records such as the code violation list, probate, pre-foreclosures, all that stuff that's available at the courthouse. Another amazing list is, like I told you guys over and over again, nothing's really changed in real estate in the last 5 years, but the driving for dollars, pulling data information that no one has but yourself is very potent. So your driving for dollar list will definitely take you to the next level. So get your VA, and the way we do it is we schedule our VA in time blocks. So here's some of the stuff that we teach inside the virtual wholesaler accelerator. Is you want to kind of like, if your VA is working 5 hours, you want to define what is it supposed to do within the 5 hours, instead of, hey, here's 5 hours worth of pay, now figure out what you should do. You want to kind of time block. Okay, on a 5-hour shift, I give a 30-minute break. So I schedule my team to work 5.5 hours. Why? So it won't cut into their salary, and then so they can still have their 15-minute break. Now, you can schedule their first 15 minutes within 2 hours of the shift, and then the second 15 minutes within another hour after the 2-hour shift. It's all up to you, but I will use a spreadsheet. We do have a spreadsheet that's included in the accelerator program. And what that basically says is, for the first hour, maybe you want them cold calling. Just after their 15-minute break from the first 2 hours of cold calling, then they spend an hour of driving for dollars. And then once they spend an hour of driving for dollars, they take their last 15-minute break, and then they spend that remainder hour, 90 minutes or 30 minutes, whatever the case may be, responding back to text messages from the text message campaign that they sent out at the beginning of their shift. So that's the beautiful thing that you guys can do and set up. That if you work your time blocking right and your schedule right with your virtual assistants, you can literally get them to do 2 to 3 tasks in a shift without overwhelming them, and structurally putting them in a situation where they're being very, very, very productive. I think that's the biggest issue with a lot of people, is they don't know how to make their employees productive. So time blocking, giving them 15-minute breaks. So if someone wants to take a whole 30-minute break, hey, my guess to you. But my thing about extended breaks is that, the VAs, they work overnight. So you want to make sure that they ain't go somewhere in the corner and fall asleep, and now they know where to be found for an hour. Then they laugh, oh, boss, I'm so sorry, my power went out, something like that. So you got to be careful with the breaks and the time, because like I said, sometimes they tend to fall asleep. So just checking on them. Maybe even set like a reminder, like, hey, check in. We create a Facebook group, and we add our VAs to that. So that way it's no, I lost my power, because your power cut out, that don't mean that your phone lost power instantly. Typically the average phone, if you don't use it or have any, background apps running, you can literally have a day or two worth of power on your phone. So, I tell people, at the end of the day, make sure that you set in these realistic expectations with your team. What will happen if they don't check in? What will happen if they don't follow their schedule? What will happen if they go completely missing? And that's one of the biggest things. Someone said, let's connect. From Pensacola, also market there. Great. Watching from Atlanta. Atlanta is in the house. Appreciate you guys for interacting with us. If you're just joining, like I said, we're having a free training this Thursday. We'll send out the link to you guys. If you're not on our email list, just be on the lookout for it. I'll probably end up posting on my Instagram bio or somewhere like that. If you're not following on Instagram, go to CEO929.com. But like I said, we're talking about quality ways to generate leads. You're going to need at least 10,000 leads a month that you're pulling or you're using to bring into your business to successfully produce 3 to 5 hot leads a day, right? And 3 to 5 hot leads a day should equally give you at least 1 or 2 contracts a week, depending on how good you are at closing. But like I said, if you're making 12 offers, right, for every 12 offers, you should get at least 1 deal on the contract. And that's somebody who doesn't have, great quality sales skills, or not used to closing people on the phone, and they're not a badass closer, right? And they're just a basic person just doing deals So it's all about how many leads you get coming. Some of you guys get stuck on just working one lead and trying to help Miss Parham out and figure out her life, crisis, and you neglect and put all the other leads on the back burner. So uh, you want to make sure that you get all of the information that you can from these clients and then move on to the next client. That's what the importance of having a thorough, consistent customer relation management system or CRM is to be able to deal with all of the follow-up stuff on the back end, right? Paul asks, are your VAs trained and would they need continuous training? Of course, our VAs come fully trained, but once again, with like any employee, you want to continue to develop them and make them premium employees. So make sure that if you roll with us, we have a program called VA Mastery Premium. Sign up for the $97 a month VA Mastery Premium. We meet with them twice a week, Mondays and Wednesdays, 4 o'clock. So they can continue to grow and scale. So like I said, making sure that you making offers. Now, you're going to be uncomfortable at first making offers, but I'm here to tell you the secret to making offers is to listen to the seller. Allow the seller to do more talking than what you're doing, because if you constantly just blah, 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 you're not actually getting enough information to be able to make a compelling offer to the seller. So make sure you ask layered questions, and we teach this in our acquisition training. Oh, tell me a little bit more about that. Let me ask you, Mr. Seller, you sound like you from down south. How you end up here in New York, or vice versa? It sounds like you from New York. How you end up here down south? Is there anybody else you need to run this past? Have you ever, I see you married. Are you, what's your husband's status when you making this decision? Like, you have to know how to ask the tough elephant in the room type of questions, right? What is elephant in the room type of questions? The questions that's going to stop the deal from moving forward. So that being said, as you're talking to your prospects, just be honest with them. Hey, say, Mr. Seller, this is what I do all day, every day. I look at houses and I make offers, right? So I'm gonna be honest with you. I might not be the best person for you, if you're looking for retail, or if you're looking for an obscure amount of money for your house when there's no work or anything being put it back into the house, right? But if you're open to listening to a cash offer and you want an offer that's what your house is currently worth in today's condition, then I might be your guy. So sometimes you got to open up the questions and open up everything with honesty and making sure that you let them know that we're a group of investors. I work with a group of investors. I'm an investor and I work with a group of investors, and we tend to make a profit on the deals we pay for. So we got to make sure that we buy deals that make sense for both me and you. Right, I want to make sure I get you the best deal possible for the current as-is value of your house, but I don't want to buy a bad deal that's going to put me in a bad situation with my investors. That's what you got to tell people when you want to before you start making offers. Then you got to ask, who has you talked to in the last 30 days, 6 months about this? Is this something that first came about? Have you listed on the MLS before? Did you try to list it with a realtor? And you want to start disqualifying every other option that they could have, so that way then you can say, well, listen, you talk to a realtor, you try to list it with a realtor, you try to sell it to the guy down the street. Mr. Seller, all due respect, you did it your way. Let's try to do it my way. Here's what I think is appropriate for you and what we can do for you. And then you got to show them the big picture, right? And when you teach and show people the big picture, this is how you get to that 3 to 5 deals a month. You got to consistently build these relationships and get them an offer that makes sense to them. You know what, Mr. Seller? I know you said you wanted to walk away with $35,000, but honestly, I can't see you walking away with $35,000 because you owe the bank a ton of money, right? But here's what we can do. I can let you walk away with $10,000, and then in 12 months, I can get you level, $25,000. and I can put it all in writing and everything be the same. But I'm gonna need you to keep the mortgage in place, or I'm gonna need you to do this for me. So it's always this what's in for me theory, where you gotta do something for me to get something even better for yourself. So that's something that we teach in our acquisition training, and I will be more than happy to teach you guys if you decide to sign up and join. But one of the biggest things that people fail to understand is that it's not about your 80, your offer, your 65% on the dollar offer. It's deeper than that, guys. You gotta start building more rapport and understanding all this good stuff. So let me start answering some questions really quickly, guys. It's the new year. Drop your questions. This is what I'm here for. I'm going live every single day until the end of the year, except for days where I can't go live. But every day, Monday through Friday, I try my best to go live. That's my goal. So subscribe to my YouTube channel. Share this post with 5 people that you know, like, and love that can benefit from this. Share this post in maybe a Facebook group or whatever the case may be. Share this post somewhere where you know for a fact it's going to reach people and it's going to drop value. Are your virtual assistants trained on call tools, or will they need continuous training? I answered that question already, didn't I? Yeah, our VAs are trained. We don't. Most of our VAs are trained call tools. We mainly train our VAs on AccuDial currently, but most of the dialers have similar user interface, and some of the VAs already have experience with a lot of your major dialers such as Batch, Call Tools, and Mojo. So you should be good to go. I appreciate you always dropping value. It is better to do bulk marketing or niche marketing. I say do both, right? And what I mean by bulk marketing is just putting a big ass high equity list of people that you can reach out to consistently. Because if you got 2-3 cold callers, they're going to run through them niche lists like that. So you need something where they can consistently call and engage with people and produce a lot of leads for you. Now your niche list, you may get more motivation and more leads, but it's going to run out really quickly. It's not consistent enough. So make sure that you are putting yourself in such a situation that literally you're doing both. And what I mean by that is pull your high equity list and then turn around and go niche down and pull your small list, your pre-probate, your foreclosures, your inherited type of list, your bank owned type list, and then just start reaching out to people and then create these relationships and build that up. And that's the biggest thing I could tell you is once you do both and you start working these lists, because let me tell you a little secret. All of your small niche lists is going to show back up on your high equity list because clearly you're going to be marketing for people who have some type of equity in their properties. So starting off, I wouldn't be so drunk on niche lists. Now, the reason why a lot of people like niche lists because they have multiple strategies on their tool belt that they can do multiple exits from. They can do subject tools. They can do wrap around mortgages. They can do sandwich lease options. They can do a lot of stuff that you may not be equipped with. But once you start adding these strategies and start getting these trainings from these different people to show you these different exit strategies, then the niche list will be your friend because a person who probably like if you can do creative financing or you can do some type of Airbnb model, I would chase the no equity list. I would chase the no equity list pre-foreclosure or just the no equity list on multiple properties. Why? Because they couldn't sell the houses they wanted to. They don't have enough equity to sell. When you sell a house, it usually costs you between 8.5% to 9.5% of that sales price to liquidate the house. Because you got to get 6% to your relatives, the title company, and your transfer tax. All that stuff is going to eat it up. So one of the biggest things I tell people is to make sure that you focus on that. And if you focus on that, you're going to see results. I guarantee you that. I can literally guarantee you. Let me see what Jermaine said. Oh no, Rashad, what's up? With the VA Masterclass, how do I set up the right sequence for the VA training videos? Yeah, so one of the biggest things I tell people is you got to figure out what your VAs are struggling with and then cover that. So if you see that the VAs are struggling with going deeper and asking questions or getting more motivation on why this person want to sell, then you got to kind of like find training or if you're inside of our VA Mastery Premium, then you should be submitting a ticket. Say, hey, is this week could we possibly cover going more deeper into the script or going more deeper into getting the motivation out of a seller? And that's when we do that. But to answer your question, just create like a video playlist. And literally, maybe the easiest thing to do is maybe if you already have your own type of videos or whatever, just create a playlist. Or if you're watching some type of YouTube videos or something like that, create a custom playlist on YouTube and just give it to them, let them watch it. But if you have like a training through me, then just let them go through the whole entire training. One of the other things you can do is if you have Grant Cardone University, we teach a lot of our stuff off of Cardone University. You can put them through that too as well. It teaches them a lot of cold calling skills. Let me see. I love IQ Dial. Having used them since they added the triple line dialer. What are your thoughts on IQ Dial versus? I like IQ Dial because it's a simple user interface. I like the fact that the ownership of IQ Dial is very hands-on. And I like the fact that it's easier for the VAs to adapt and use. The other dialers, they keep making these updates. They keep making all these drastic changes. They keep changing the UI. So it's like you're always consistently training somebody over and over again how to work the software. The software, to me, software should be easy to use. It should be, you should be able to scale with it. And you shouldn't be spending more time trying to troubleshoot it than actually using it, right? So a lot of our clients who come to us, especially from like call tools and stuff, the complexity of using the call tools is an issue to them. They like, oh, I spend more time trying to get somebody on the phone to help me than I actually can use the actual software. And next thing you know, you're being billed and you're being charged again, and you're upset because you felt like you haven't made good use of the tool. So guys, you want to make sure that you're using tools that's easy for yourself, your team to adapt into your marketing strategy, so that way you won't be always on the phone with customer service trying to figure out what this update is, what that update is. And that's when, I'm friends with a lot of these software owners and developers, and I give them my feedback. And, I tell them like, yo, I work with thousands of clients, and their biggest argument is your UI sucks. Your user interface isn't friendly. You keep doing too many updates. The updates don't serve any purpose. If you do an update, just let it be a background update that don't affect the ability to use the software throughout the time. And next thing you know, they can't. If you're doing a major update, and half the users can't even use the software. So that's my take on it. Someone asked, how will it work if I wanted VAs for follow-up? Just hire them and set your expectations. What you have to build out, guys, is you can hire a VA for anything. Come to us, we'll get you a VA. But you have to create a standard operating procedure of what follow-ups look like in your business. Are you following up, 24 hours after you get the lead? Are you following up with cold, warm and hot leads that went completely cold or MIA on you? What is your follow-up sequence? Are you following up through text message marketing? Are you following up through emails? Are you following up through cold calling? Are you rotating different phone numbers? Are you using local phone numbers, out-of-state phone numbers? Figure out that first, right? And get you a VA. But it takes you about 7 days to get a VA through us. So if you can be ready in 7 days and you have all that put to the side, then hire a VA now, so that way this time next week you'll be rocking and rolling with your virtual assistants. But making sure you continue to build a pipeline and generate quality leads on a single daily basis is your number one priority as a company. Because if you're not producing people to talk to, then your company going to slow down, and then deals not going to be made, and then revenue's not going to come in, and ultimately you're going to have to let go of VAs. I see this cycle over and over again. So your biggest focus should be lead generation at its best. Yeah, get them leads right now, because I think that sale is going to end between today and tomorrow. So guys, if you're looking for a nice stack of leads, in fact, we're working on clients from last week leads. We got a little behind because of the holidays. But you guys, anybody who pays, you should get your leads in 24 hours. Because when people bought their leads, Christmas came, the New Year, so it kind of like was all over the place. But don't worry, get you some leads, your good quality leads. I guarantee you'll get a deal from them as long as you work the list. So anybody on here who want to get 35,000 leads for $299, I definitely say it's a steal. And like I said, we don't do this to make money. Clearly, we're losing a ton of money. But we do this to help our community. Why we help our community? Because 35,000 leads at 14 cents somewhere else is probably close to like 4 or 5 grand you're spending. So to help the people out, to give them the same fair shot as the big guys, the big box wholesalers, the people that have the money for marketing, we put this out there here and there just for our clients, right? And hopes that they'll use us and respect us for all of their outsourcing needs as well as their business logistic needs for their business. So that's why we do that. Do you separate landlines? Yeah, we do. We try our best to separate them, so just make sure that your VAs understand that they should be separated. Each software is different. Some softwares have a auto separator or auto identifier to tell you if this is a landline or this is the cell phone. Majority of whoever you're getting your skip tracing data from, they should be able to distinguish which one's a landline, which one's a cell phone, and do it like that. So the biggest thing, and if you can't tell, you're just shooting in the dark. The biggest thing I would say is to have your team just send out a text blast to your entire list, and anything that bounce back or anybody that don't respond, you can assume that may be a landline, and then have your cold callers team cold call anybody who didn't engage with the text message. That's what we do. So you stack that follow up sequence up as send out a big blast. People that don't respond, give them 24 hours. They don't respond, then that list get loaded up to the cold callers, and then the cold callers send out. And then if the cold callers see that the number is disconnected, they put the notes in there. And if you got a big enough team, or if you got, if you're doing what we call that time blocking theory, then you can have your other VAs or a VA do what we call manually skip tracing. You can use an app called like True Finder. Just put the address in and the person's name, and they give you like people that's close to that person, maybe cousin, sister, brother, uncle, and then you individually skip tracing, and then you hand that list off to your best cold callers, and then they cold call that list, at the beginning of their shift, and then they just start bulk cold calling the other list. So we sometimes we manually dial that list. We just use a single line dialer, or we use like dial pad or something to manually dial that list, so we can try to get as much pickup rates as possible. Because we don't want to blast through that list, because we custom pulled them leads to the side, found people. And another reason why we do it that way is because we don't want to tie the dollar up talking to people for 10, 15 minutes trying to get information. Because a lot of people that you talk to on that list, when you pull the cousins, uncle, the brother, they're going to be the people talking, oh yeah, Susie died 2 years ago, her son moved to Idaho and he don't want to sell right now, blah, blah, blah. They'll tell you everything. So you might want to get somebody to individually call that list and create notes and then send them leads over to acquisitions. That's what we do. So that's another back-end stuff that we teach inside the Wholesale Accelerator. And what is the Virtual Wholesale Accelerator? It's formerly known as Business in a Box. It's a system that we put together that help you set up your business from start to finish, put you through all of our proprietary trainings, put you on all of our coaching calls. It's literally takes care of all of the nuances for you, all at the same time, and giving you a proven business model that you can just jump into the shoes of and start seeing results from day one. Hey, AC, do your VAs want comps to make offers? Some of our VAs do. We teach a lot of there's a lot of people who pay us a ton of money for acquisition VA training and acquisition VAs. We teach them how to make offers based on our back-end formulas and the different tools. So we have a spreadsheet that we built. We actually rebuilding it again because we want to make it easy as possible for anyone. A 5-year-old kid could be able to use this spreadsheet and give someone an offer on their house. That's how simple we want to make it. The more simple stuff is in your business, the better and the easier it is for you. Like when you start to overcomplicate stuff, then things it's going to get real wonky. So things are going to get real wonky for you. So like I said, the simpler you keep things, the easier it's predictable you can keep things in your business, the better off your business will be. So make sure that make sure that at the end of the day, you keep your business as simple as streamlined as possible. The simpler it is, the easier it is going to be for your virtual assistants. Because if you got all of this stuff, all you're doing is confusing people. You may understand it, but to get somebody to come in and learn all that stuff is going to take months. So, like I say keep things as simple as possible. Any more questions? But like I said, if you want to produce them consistent leads a day, you want your cold callers to shoot for between 300 to 500 dials, right? When I mean dials, the system just dialing. That don't mean that someone picked up and answered. It just means a dial, nobody answered, nobody picked up, voicemail, next call. So 300 to 500 dials per shift on a pod. We basing all this stuff on a part-time 4 to 5 hour shift. Your average triple line dialer should be able to get you between 65 to 95 dials an hour. Like I said, if you got a good listening, you get people picking up, then obviously that 95 dollars an hour is going to crash lower and lower to probably 60 to 50 dollars per hour based on the person who picked up. And then on average, when a person picks up and it's a good conversation, it's less than 90 seconds. So at the end of the day, you're still able to hit your numbers. If you're interested, in our virtual assistants, go to our website, va.ceo929.com. You can even pay there. There's enough information for you to make an educated decision there. Or you can just book a call with the team. You can book a call today, tomorrow, don't matter, whatever time you have. And we will talk to you about our program, talk to you about your needs, and send you out an invoice. You get signed up, and you'll be a part of our family. That's as simple as how we do business with people. So with IQ dials, do the numbers spam as fast like others? Let me give you some sauce. Let me give you some $1,000 sauce real quick. The reason why numbers are spam because you're not cooling off your numbers. So if you're doing a campaign, let's say Richmond, Virginia, hypothetically, right? If I'm opening up a campaign for text message marketing for Richmond, Virginia, or cold calling, if you're talking about IQ dial for Richmond, Virginia, the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull 3 to 5 numbers that I can use, and then my cold callers are only allowed to call up to 250 numbers per number, right? So once they get around that 200 mark, I'm telling them pause the dialer, change out their number, and continue the dialer. Why is that important? That's important because the communication and cell phone companies are getting very smart, and they're using AI technology and algorithms and softwares to predictably look at numbers and this consistency for outbound calls to say this number is not a regular number, it's producing spam. So some of your calls are not even making it to the person's to the person because it's automatically tagged you as spam. That's why if you look at your call ID, your numbers are tagged as spam likely, telecommunications, solar likely, something of that sort. So in order to prevent that, you want to rotate your numbers and cool down your numbers as much as possible. And the only way to do that is to give them, if you give them a marketing list, let's say, for example, you say, hey, call pre-foreclosures in Richmond, zip code, blah, 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 right? And inside that, it's giving them 3 numbers that's assigned to them for that day. What's the cutoff for that number, and vice versa. So that's when a good lead manager will come in and can give that to your cold callers to assign them to let them know that, hey, listen, here's your 3 numbers that you're using today on this campaign. Here's your cutoff limit, and here's what we expect, right? And that's how you run an effective cold calling campaign. If you're serious and you're ready to get started, sign up for the VA Mastery, formerly known as Business in a Box, and we'll provide you all of these back-end resources, as well as exclusive trainings to teach and show you how to effectively run your campaigns without burning through Twilio numbers and making them go spam likely. Like I said, 500 calls a day. You can get away with doing 500 text messages a day. You can use any software to do text messages. We own a software that you can easily text. We're very lenient on the amount of texts you can do a day. So we can get you text message credits for less than 1 cent. So let's say, for example, 500 divided by 0.001, I think. So you can send a ton of text messages out for less than 1 cent. You know what I mean? So with a $500 text message credit, you can send out more than 50,000 text messages. Right. So that's really good. You know what I mean? So just making sure you understand your marketing budget. You know, if you got low to limit marketing budget, then you might want to kind of go with a more guerrilla marketing campaign, as far as like just driving for dollars, building up that driving for dollars list. If you can't afford skip tracing, using like a true finder, TRUTH finder. It's like $20 a month. Yeah, it's gonna be slow and long, but hell, you ain't got no money to move fast. So at the end of the day, you gotta do what you gotta do. So that's why I tell people, in business, sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. No matter whatever it takes, you gotta do whatever it takes to get to the next level. So if manually skip tracing your prospects is whatever it takes, then that's what it is. So making sure that you use all of your resources as much as possible. But if you got money, or you got a credit card, or if you got a little extra disposable income, then you should be, going deep with your marketing, because your marketing is what's essentially going to drive revenue to your business. I don't understand, in every business outside of real estate wholesaling, every entrepreneur respects and understands that they must put a ton of money into marketing to get more customers to come into the door. Only real estate wholesaling that I've been in thus far, people think that they can neglect and skip out on marketing, not hire people, not pay for services, skip tracing, whatever the case may be. And for some reason, miraculously, their business is going to do good and thrive. That's not really true, guys. You got to double down on your marketing. So in 2023, I definitely want you to get more skip trace. I guess I want you to have more virtual assistants. I definitely want you to look at more places to virtually wholesale, because at the end of the day, there's plenty of opportunities out there. But people won't know who you are if you're not effectively marketing your business. So that's what I can tell you guys. Any more questions before we wrap it up? Today was a good episode. Like I said, you can do 3 to 5 deals a month, but you got to be bringing in a hot leads in 1 week. You got to be bringing in 3 to 5 leads a day. And you got to be making an offer to everyone. Because you may assume, this person might not accept this offer, but that's just the start of negotiation. If you say, yeah, I can give you 70,000, and they're like, oh my gosh, that's okay. If 70,000 ain't your number or don't work for you, what you had in mind? Let's go from there and see what we can do. And they explain to you why they had it in mind. Well, I'm really thinking 90. What's so special about 90? Oh, I gotta have money to move. I want to, pay my rent out for a year, blah, blah, blah. Okay, how much your rent? Now you got to rework backwards. You got to be able to ask these questions and move fast, and not sound pushy, but move fast to the point that you understand that you're trying to solve their problem. Because you're not the only one talking to these people. There are other people talking to these people. So once you understand that, I understood that out the gate, I'm not the only person you may be talking to or entertaining offers to. So I need to move at a pace that you understand that I'm in business. And that's all I tell people. Move at a pace that people understand that you mean business, and at the end of the day, you'll get to the next level. Tomorrow we're doing an episode. We may just start next week, called the Hot Seat Show with Antoine Campbell, where we come in and break down your business and see exactly what you got going on and give you an actionary plan to take your business to the next level. People pay us tens of thousands of dollars for this same very information. So we'd love to have one person come on, break down their business, and see what we can do to get the business to the next level. If that's something you're interested in, just text us at 202-335-3322. Say, hey, put me on your hot seat show. I'm definitely interested. We'll reach back out to you with some information for you to fill out to set up a time and date for the hot seat show. So text us at 202-335-3322. Somebody, do you have VAs do's and don'ts like a system list? I don't know what you mean. Maybe rephrase that. I'm a little brain foggy today. Rephrase that what you're trying to ask me because I'm not understanding. Any more other questions? We're about to wrap it up in less than 2 minutes. So I want to make sure that if when you come on these Mondays during the daytime, don't be shy. Ask your questions. I guarantee you I answer as best as I can. Now, I don't know everything, but I try my best to answer as many questions as possible and provide as much value as possible for you. Any other questions, guys, before we wrap it up? I just want to make sure that we're providing with absolute value. Guys, if you're just joining, I see a bunch of new people join. Today we discussed, ways to get to 3 to 5 deals a month. We talked about marketing, how to perfect their marketing. We talked about some different dollars and my opinions of the dollars. We talked about how to make offers over the phone. We dived into that a little bit. And then I made a few announcements. I talked about the free training this Thursday. If you're interested in the free training, we teach how to get to. We have a point system list. Yeah, we do. I got to get my team to find it. It's somewhere where we have it. But we talked about the free training this Thursday, teaching you in more details, step by step, how to get to 3 to 5 deals a month. And then we talked about the VA Mastery calls. So if you're part of the VA Mastery program, we'll be back doing our calls bi-weekly starting off. And then if necessary, if we see a growth and we see a need for more calls, then we'll move it up to a weekly call, right? And then we talked about anybody who has a VA through our service, or if you have a VA in general, I'm giving you an opportunity to join our VA Mastery Premium, where we meet with your team and your VAs twice a week, Mondays and Wednesdays at 4:00, and we teach them everything they need to know to continue to grow into their skills and teach them how to be better cold callers, teach them how to be better virtual assistants, and provide more scripts, more feedback, listen to calls, all the stuff that you probably don't have time to do that takes around 3 to 4 hours a week for $97 a month. So get signed up for that because January 31st, that's going away. It'll be $297. I'm going to continue to sell this and push it until January 31st. And I know there's going to be someone that pop up at February 1st and say, hey, Antoine, I just found out about this, even though you've been going live for the last month. I never heard about this. Could you hook me up? So that's just the way it is. Do you have a lot of one-man show clients who have VAs to cold call? Yes, we do. We do. In fact, that's more common than you probably think. Why would a one-man show person hire a VA to cold call? Because they understand that the money is in the acquisition cost. So the faster you get off the cold calls to get on the calls that actually people interested in selling their properties, you'll start producing money. You don't produce money or make money from cold calls, honestly, right? It's just another part of your business or mechanism of your business, but that's not the revenue driving activities. The acquisition calls is where the real money is because you're talking to the sellers, locking it up. And the amount you lock it up for, you make your money on the back. So when you put on a contract, that kind of like set the tone on how much assignment fee you make and put into your pocket. So I tell my clients that's just doing stuff on their own, the quicker you get off of them cold calls and focus on acquisition calls, the quicker you'll see the money come back. Yeah, the link for the masterclass, let me try to get it for you guys. Give me 1 second. Because they just finished it earlier. So give me 1 second. I'm going to get it for you, I promise. Sign up ASAP for the masterclass. It's this Thursday. Matter of fact, hold on. I think I got it right here. Yeah. That's not it. Oopsie. Oh, Antoine. Give me 1 second. I'm pulling up the link. All right, got it. Let me add it to the comments. Here you go. So CEO929.com/3 to 5 deals. That's the link to the masterclass. CEO929.com/3 to 5 deals. Sign up for free of charge, no catch, no gimmicks. It'll be this Thursday. You'll receive an email, a text message. So put your right information in. If you put your wrong information in, you're not going to get the notifications and the links to the masterclass. So sign up for that as soon as possible. We're letting as many people come as possible until the software says no more people can come. I think it's a limit of 400 people, a cap of 400 people on the software. So just make sure that you register as soon as possible so you can get your spot to the masterclass. Any more questions before we get on out of here? I just want to make sure everybody got the link to the masterclass. Also, if you want to just book a call and you're ready to hire a virtual assistant, book a call. Just go to CEO929.com, book a call with us, and we'll do our best to get you a perfectly trained virtual assistant. Our VAs come with a 6-month guarantee of service, which means that anytime between now that you pay in 6 months, you're not happy with the VA, we'll replace them free of charge. No questions asked. But other than that, we're going to wrap it up. I'll see you guys tomorrow. We got a lot to cover this week. So hopefully I can see you guys. If you're not currently subscribed to my YouTube channel, do me a favor and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I got some souls for you guys. It's going to be an amazing year. I'm even in the background testing out like 2-3 different CRMs. And I'm going to do a whole YouTube video on there talking about my opinion on what's the best CRM for a person who's just starting out as well as a person who's scaling a business, and go from there. Also, we're going to go back to maybe giving out giveaways. We're definitely going to be giving out my book this week on Thursday's show. Only on Thursday's show if you come and you share and you send a screenshot to my DM on Instagram, we would get a free copy of my book, The Art of Delegation. It's going to teach and show you what to delegate, how to delegate, what systems to set up, how to set them up, all the back end nuances that you go through as an entrepreneur that takes you years and years and months to figure out. It's all within that book. So come on to that episode this Thursday. Share the show. Let everybody know what we're doing. and literally you get a free copy of my art delegation book. We sold copies of that book for $59. We even sold them at one point for $99. So if you want a free copy of it, show up this Thursday, and I guarantee you, you appreciate it. I appreciate you. You know what I mean? We're going to continue to keep dropping these nuggets. Appreciate everybody. Hopefully had a good episode. If this episode serves you well, do me a favor, go share this to maybe 3 to 5 people who deserve to hear something good like yourself today. Appreciate you. See you tomorrow. And like I said, if you want to book a call with us, book it ASAP. Don't hesitate. If not, just come to the training Thursday. You know, we got something for everybody this year. 2023, we're going to start being more vocal. We're going to be out there a whole lot more. Oh, yeah, we're building a new Facebook group. I don't know if it's ready yet. It's built, but I don't know if they want to start receiving people because we got to start posting it too. If you want to join our new community, the Virtual Wholesaling Facebook group, let me know. Just text me, say link to the group. Text me at 202-335-3322. And what's going to happen is we're going to send you the link to the new Facebook group. That's when we'll be doing majority of my posting, not on my Facebook page anymore. So if you know that I haven't posted on my Facebook page in months, but now all of my content will be diverted from my Facebook page to my Facebook group. So all of my daily thoughts and postings and all of that stuff, content information will be inside of the group, as well as we'll be doing some exclusive lives in a group with different people from the different parts of the real estate industry that can help you. And then we're going to be bringing on software companies. Let me know. Yes, we're going live every day on my YouTube channel for the next 365 days, all the way into the end of this year. This is my challenge to myself to do something different and hold myself accountable to be more consistent. So continue to subscribe to my channel, and boom. Also, like I said, once we send out that link to our Facebook group, we're going to be building an amazing community. We may even start back on our monthly meetups. I don't know yet, but definitely the Facebook group. We're having a conference coming up sometime in February or March. It's called Outsourcing Live. It's going to be a virtual conference if you're interested in learning more about outsourcing and possibly even starting your own outsourcing business. It's really lucrative. I definitely say get your tickets. It's going to be dirt cheap, like $20 a ticket. Nothing crazy. So I see you then. If you have anything you want us to cover, we will be sending you guys invites to join our email list, so that way you can get daily emails of motivation and tips and tricks. Talk to you guys later. Appreciate you. It's your boy Antoine Campbell. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at CEO929.